Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Meg, welcome, and if you're returning, then welcome back. It's been a while. Hello everybody, I'm so sorry that it's taken me again so long to upload a new video. I've kind of been sat in isolation wanting to film a video, but I didn't really know what kind of thing to do because, you know, I could film a day in the life of quarantine, but it would literally be me playing Sims and eating, so, you know, no one wants to see that. I didn't really know what to do, but I've been getting a lot of people messaging me asking about what's going on with my job, so I thought I would do like an update video just to let you all know what's happening. So in my last video I basically talked about the EasyJet training process. When I made that video, the coronavirus was obviously a thing, but it wasn't as bad as it is now, so I didn't think for one second that I was not going to be completing all of my flights that I had scheduled. A question that I've gotten a few times is, did I get to fly before EasyJet grounded their flights? And the answer is yes, I did. I believe I had about 7 flights that I was supposed to do for March. However, I only managed to do 3 of them. So I talked about how I have my 2 supernumerary flights, which, if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's basically the first 2 flights that you do when you're brand new cabin crew. You fly as a 5th member, when normally there's only 4, but you fly as a 5th one so that you can shadow someone, you can watch people, you can, you know, there's space for you to learn things without actually being fully a member of cabin crew. So my first flight was Nice, which was as scheduled. That didn't change. I was absolutely putting myself on the first day for my first flight, but the crew were literally so nice. The crew have actually been so nice for all of my flights that I've done. Not that that's very many, but yeah, the crew were literally so lovely. They completely put me at ease because I was so scared, honestly. But I had such a good day doing my first flight. It was quite an easy flight. The way there was only like a quarter of the amount of passengers there normally is, and they all had masks on. None of them really wanted to speak to us, so it was quite an easy flight. And then on the way back it was a little bit more busy, but still we weren't like massively busy. Like, I didn't really get a feel for what it would be like when it's actually a full flight. But I did get to sit in the flight deck for takeoff and landing, which was really nice coming into Nice. I've got some footage of it on my Instagram under work on my highlight section if anybody wants to check it out. It was so pretty. So yeah, that was my Nice flight. It was really nice, the crew were really nice, and I really enjoyed myself. And then the following day, my second supernumerary was supposed to be Krakow in Poland, but it got changed to a Geneva. I started at 5:10 in the morning, which actually made me feel sick. I had to get up at 2:30. I hadn't even really slept, but I had to get up. That was a killer that day. But I did finish at like 10:30. I was home by midday, so, you know, it wasn't all bad. So that one, again, was much the same as the Nice one. We kind of had like a bit of a dead flight on the way out, and then a few more passengers on the way back, but still it wasn't heaving like it normally would be. And I got to sit in the flight deck again because I was still a 5th member of cabin crew, and that was a good day as well, you know. When we were on turnaround, so when we'd landed in Geneva and we were waiting for the passengers to board, the cabin manager got an email through basically telling us that it was possible that EasyJet were going to ground their flights. And for me, being so new and it being only my second flight, I was literally like I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is not happening. Because also I was thinking, because I am so new, if they need to lay anyone off, it's going to be all of the people that have just started. So I was just thinking, you know, I'm not even going to get to do this job. It wasn't a very nice feeling. But I tried not to dwell on it, especially since I was at work. I didn't want the passengers to know that there was anything wrong. So I just got on with my day. I got back, I had a nap, and then I think I had a day of standby, which I wasn't expecting to be called for, and I didn't get called. And then the following day was my Tenerife flight, which went ahead. However, it was a rescue flight. So basically we went out empty. There was no passengers, so we had a whole 4-hour flight just sitting, chilling, eating, talking to each other. And then again, when we landed in Tenerife, the cabin manager got an email through basically saying that we were likely going to have to take unpaid leave which for me didn't sit very well, because if I was on unpaid leave, I'd have to get another job, which at the time all the pubs and everything were still open, but I really didn't want to go back to working in a pub because I was so unhappy when I was, and I was so happy to have left and started my cabin crew job. So to then stop doing that to go back to working in a pub, it just wouldn't have sat well with me at all. But obviously I would have had to do something because I've got bills to pay. So again, it put a bit of a downer on the day, but it was fine. We had a full plane on the way back and I was so tired after it, honestly. I'm kind of glad that it was empty on the way out, because literally, like, the service took us about 2 hours to do, and it was the first time that I actually changed into my flats because my feet were hurting. And there was one customer that just made me feel absolutely fantastic. He was like, we were talking about EasyJet grounding all their flights, and he was like, yeah, so this will probably be your last flight. And I was like, thank you. Thanks. So yeah, that was great. I got home that night, I was shattered, and then I think I had like a couple of days off, and then I had a whole block of standby for like 4 or 5 days, and then during that standby I basically was told that we weren't flying anymore. And this was very nerve-wracking because I didn't know what was happening at this point. I didn't know whether I was going to lose my job, I didn't know whether I was going to have to take unpaid leave, I didn't know whether we were gonna get paid still. Like, I did not know what was happening. And also, before we were told we weren't flying anymore, I was anxious about still having to fly, even though it's what I wanted to do. At this point, coronavirus was quite big. Like, I didn't want to contract it, basically. In a selfish kind of way, I didn't want to be getting on a plane with loads of people from different places and be at risk of getting it. Do you know what I mean? I was stressing out. I was stressed about still having to work, but then I was stressed about not working, and yeah, there was a lot of uncertainty. That's probably why I haven't really been active on YouTube, because I didn't want to come on here and talk about it until I knew for sure what was happening. I'm now going to answer the question that a lot of people have asked me. Am I still employed with EasyJet, and do I still have a job to go back to? The answer is yes, I am still employed with EasyJet. I am on official furlough from the 1st of April until the 31st of May. I'm due back to work on the 1st of June, however that might change if this goes away quicker, which hopefully it does. Luckily I am getting my 80% from the government as well. So I'm not 100% sure how much that is going to be, but I know that I am going to get a wage at the end of the month. I hope that answers everybody's questions. Luckily I am still employed. I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful to also be getting my 80%. June can't come soon enough, honestly. I can't wait to be flying again. I can't wait for this to all be over and for me to just be able to do the job that I've been wanting to do for the past year. Another question that I got is, who are you quarantined with? I don't know whether maybe people don't know, but I live with my boyfriend, so it's just me and him at home. He is an architect, so he's been working from home for the past 3 weeks. It's been tough, but we've been doing things we wouldn't normally do. Like, we've been going for walks to places that we wouldn't normally go. We've been baking. We've baked quite a lot. We've baked banana bread, flapjack, cookies, scones, and we're gonna bake chocolate tiffins today as well. So yeah, we've been having a good time. It's difficult for me because my family all live in Dorset, and so I don't get to see them very often anyway, but like right now would be a time where I would want to be with my mum, especially because she lives on her own, but I just can't go and see my family, and it's really annoying, but you know, it's what we have to do. Another question that I got was, what are you doing personally to keep positivity up at a time like this? I've actually been okay. Like, I haven't been too depressed, because at the end of the day, the safest place for me is at home, and I'm staying at home, so I don't have cause for concern necessarily, apart from obviously just worrying about my family and not being able to visit them. But I've been calling my mum every other day pretty much, just to check up on her. I've been having like family Facebook Messenger video chats with my family, which I wouldn't even normally do, so it's quite nice to speak to my family. Barney and I are doing a couples pub quiz, because he's basically been doing like a pub quiz every Friday with his friends, and they've now said that they want to do a couples one this Friday. So on Zoom we're gonna go to the pub and do a pub quiz, so that'll be really fun. To be honest, like I haven't been doing much. When I didn't know what was happening with my job, I was a lot more like anxious and stressed out than I am now, but now that I know what's happening and I know I can kind of relax a little bit, I'm a lot better. I know that I'm obviously doing what I should be doing. I'm staying at home apart from going out for a walk every other day or so. We don't even go out for a walk every day, and I'm staying away from people. So yeah, I don't know what more I can do really. Obviously I am just trying to be grateful that I'm still employed and that I'm being paid. I'm trying to think of the people who are still having to work, like NHS workers and supermarket workers, delivery drivers, and all of those people, because honestly I would feel so anxious about having to work at a time like this. But obviously I have so much time on my hands right now. I really do want to film some YouTube videos, but I just don't know what you guys would want to see. So please do comment below with anything that you want to see me do. Please message me on Instagram or Facebook or anything, because honestly, like, I'm desperate to do some YouTube videos, but I'm just so stuck with the kind of thing to do. I honestly just have no idea. I know that this video has been very like sit down and talk to you and, you know, a little bit short and a little bit boring. I kind of just did it to let you guys all know that I'm still here, and obviously to address all of the questions that I've been getting about EasyJet, because I know that the last 2 videos that I've done have been very much like, I work for EasyJet now, so there's been a lot of uncertainty, I think. It's a shame that I can't fly right now and I can't do any of the travel vlogs that I was planning on doing, but hopefully come June I'll be back to it and I'll be able to start focusing on that. If you all really do want to see a day in the life of quarantine, I will film one, but honestly I don't do anything. I've been playing Sims like too much, honestly. I get an unhealthy obsession with Sims when I start playing it, and obviously I don't normally play it because I don't have the time, but I started playing it and honestly the amount of time I've spent on it is embarrassing. But you know, I don't have anything else to do. I've been watching a lot of Disney Plus, and I've been eating a lot. A couple of days, literally like 3 times I think, I've done the Joe Wicks workout, which I find really fun, but I'm really bad at, even when I have gym memberships, I'm so bad at going because I just have no motivation. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll film like a day where I do a workout, and like maybe I'll do like my skincare routine and everything like that. I don't know, honestly I don't know what to do. I hope this has answered everybody's questions. I hope you're all staying safe, staying home, or if you're working, God bless you, honestly, couldn't do it, so well done to you. The important thing to remember at a time like this is just to stay positive. Try not to let this have too much of an effect on your mental health. I know it's easier said than done, but you really just have to stay positive at a time like this. Find things to do things you wouldn't normally do, clear out your wardrobe, clear out your kitchen cupboards, like just do anything that's going to keep you occupied and stop you from going insane, because I know it's very easily done. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm kind of flattered in a way that so many people cared about what was going on in my life. It was quite nice. I've had quite a lot of people message me about cabin crew as well, like just how they want to become cabin crew, and they've asked me for tips and like how to get into it and stuff like that. So it's really nice to receive messages like that, and I honestly love getting messages from people about it. But yeah, that's my life. Pretty boring at the moment. I hope this video gives you guys a little bit of entertainment during your isolation days. Stay safe, stay positive, stay inside, and I'll see you in my next video.